Good morning. A very pleasant good day to you. I am Dr. Ed Elcott, and...
No, we're not doing that right now.
What? Oh, yeah.
Jeez, what are you doing?
I thought we were doing the Elcott show.
Elcott? No, let Phil Hendry do that, okay? You don't worry about Elcott.
Alright, man, jeez. And turn the mic down, you're clipping. Alright. You're supposed to handle that, by the way.
I know I am, but why not just make fun of you on the air?
Is that how we're gonna start the show, Dave? It's been 2 weeks, man. 2 fucking weeks. We can't have a normal show, like a normal intro?
Well, it's as normal as can be since Bob isn't here.
Yeah, Bob isn't here, and we're gonna get into that in a minute, but...
But what? I mean, shouldn't we tell them that Bob's not gonna...
No. Let me handle the logistics of the show here, okay?
What are you gonna do, open that beer?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do, Dave.
Ah. Well, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You can't see what's going on in here, obviously, but he's taking a massive swig out of that beer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dave's just staring at me through the window. I'm speechless after what you just did there. I don't, Well, lots of news we have to cover here. Not news in the traditional sense. We're not doing any news today, but we are going to cover some local sort of news, and by local I mean local to this studio. Because,
That's as local as it gets, huh, Dave?
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, they always tell radio guys, keep it local. That's what you have that these satellite guys and podcasters don't have. You have local news. Well, we're keeping it so local that only me and Sixto and Bob know what's going on. And Bob, he's,
Shut up. No, let me break the news, okay? Because it's not even official yet. We have to decide on this. God, man. Why are my headphones not...
Well, isn't that Bob's job?
Yeah, and he's not here, so who's gonna do it?
I thought you would do it.
Well, why are they plugged into here? Now I gotta fumble around with the mic and make a bunch of noise. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Dave, turn that up.
Turn what up?
Turn up my... I swear to God, Dave.
No, I...
They're all... Look, right here, you see this?
How am I supposed to do that if I'm in the booth and you're out there?
Because you have the control in there, too. It's on the board. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. It's the Plantation. We are officially renaming the show after today from Sixto's Plantation to just The Plantation. Why we're doing that, I don't know. I had a conversation with Jack the other day, and he thinks it would be best if we, keep my name out of it, so to speak, for whatever reason.
Wait, you talked to Jack about this?
Yeah, I did, and that he said it would be for the best, for marketing, for branding, for publicization of the show, if my name was dropped from it entirely. And hey, I'm not too happy about that, but
what I want to know is, I'm never in on these conversations.
Well, why should you be?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I should be. I feel like, aside from you, I'm the only one in this studio that has an ounce of sense.
Well, right now, you're the only one in the studio aside from me, so, I mean, that's not really a big goal to jump to there.
Well, I would like to know what goes on behind the scenes. I know I'm only an audio engineer, but I feel like, if this was a military command, you are the general. I am a senior officer, and Bob is, the guy that repairs appliances and brings me coffee.
Brings you coffee? Dude, we do the show at night. You don't even drink coffee. By the time the show is kicking off, you're drinking booze.
Well, you know what I mean. He's the gopher. He's the bitch boy, the go bitch. The go bitch? Yes, the go bitch. You know what I mean by that.
Okay, yeah. But what does that have to do with... I mean, I'm the host of the show. Jack is the one who put us onto all this. Jack's the one who funded this. Why do you need to be involved in those conversations? I mean, you work for me. You don't need to know what goes on behind the scenes, so to speak. And by the way, I see that it looks like the internet's working again because we're not dropping out.
Well, I mean, we were hard at work, me and Bob, and by that I mean I was doing all of the diagnostics and repair work. I had to cut into a wall and redo a wire.
What do you mean?
Well, one of the what's it called, coaxial cables that connects to our modem.
Well, they're not really modems nowadays, are they? They're like routers.
No, a router is what sends out your wireless signal, and we don't even use wireless in the studio. It's a modem.
Okay, but I'm just saying, it's not... Whatever. I had to go into the wall with a drywall saw and crawl around in it. Do you know what I found in that wall? No, you know what? Like I said, it's not our building. I don't want to know. What did you find?
I found not only a few rat skeletons, which, I mean, we always blame Bob for the stink in here, but maybe it was them. Maybe it was those rats.
Well, if they're skeletons by now, I doubt it. They're probably been decomposed for years at this point.
Well, I found what resembled a sock, and it was very, crusty and,
All right, Dave. I don't want to know. I hope while you were in there, you cleaned up.
Oh, God, no, I didn't. I just ran the wire through. The coaxial cable that was coming into our building here was chewed up. That's why our internet wasn't working.
Why was it working inconsistently then?
I don't know, but I replaced it, so everything should be working fine now. Not like that matters anyway, because, well, you said you wanted to tell them.
Yeah, there's a couple announcements we need to make, but I guess I'll get into that first, because obviously it wouldn't matter if, we're moving studios. That's right. We are uprooting everything we have here for the last couple months, and we have to go to another building. Now, why is that? Well, apparently, Jack didn't bother to really clear it with the owners of this place while he was renting the studio out for us. By the way, it was rented. I thought he owned this building. And the owners are actually selling it to some developers that are going to put up some kind of, I don't know, hotel or high-rise apartment. I don't know what it is. I could care less. But we're going to be switching over to another building. We will be doing that in the next coming months. And that's part of why I'm going live right now, is to tell you that we probably won't be live for a while. Which we weren't. We were kind of offline for the last, 2 weeks almost?
Yes, it's almost been 2 weeks. Why didn't you come in last week? We were here. We were waiting.
I told you guys. If the internet was fucked up, the phones aren't even working, what's the point in doing the show?
Well, the phones are working now.
Yeah, What, do you want me to spoil that to the audience too?
Well, you might as well. It's not like they're stupid. Don't treat them like children. Just tell them what's going on. Obviously, we haven't been trying to get a phone, AT&T, Comcast, Xfinity, whatever, person out here to fix the phone lines. Isn't it obvious that that's not the kind of show you're doing? Well, yeah, it is. We're going to have people calling in. Yes, we're going to have people calling in. But it's all going to be done from within the studio. Is it not? Dave, is it not? Back off the mic, Dave. Do I have to put like another windshield on that thing in there? I mean, geez. It's no wonder that thing's even working with how much you've probably spit into it. Oh, you're really getting to me right now. You know that. Well, I can get to you all I want. Hey, see this? See this button? Yeah. What the hell is that? That is, you're locked in that booth until I say otherwise. Oh my god. So you're that scared of me, huh? No, actually I put that in place for when you have Bob in there. That way I can keep Bob from coming out here and trap him in there with you, but since you want to start acting tough, yeah, I'll just lock you in there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, look again. Well, you can't see it, but he is taking a big swig of his beer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What? I have nothing to say to you. I thought we were a little more professional than that. I thought we were a little more mature than that. Well, at least I know I am. I drink in this booth. I drink while I'm in the audio engineering booth. You don't hear me going into the mic going, yeah. Yeah, well, you're not the host of the show, man. It's not your job to be entertaining. It's your job to make sure my show functions smoothly. You got it? Yes, sir. Yeah. That's what I thought. Because, I could just not unlock that door. I could leave you in there overnight. I mean, you got booze, right? There's a mini fridge in there. There's some snacks. Well, what if I have to piss? Well, then, I don't know. You'll have empty beer bottles, won't you? I don't drink beer. I drink liquor. Then you'll have to have a vodka piss mix, won't you? Why are you staring at me like that? Well, if I didn't know that this glass was as hard as it was, I would dive through it like Solid Snake. Oh, like Solid Snake, huh? Look, can we stop this? I know it's entertaining to the audience, but we got shit to get to here, man. I'm already telling the audience that we're going to be moving to a new studio. That could take a few months for all I know. Well, it only takes, a couple days to get everything moved over, and maybe, a week to get everything wired up and set? Yeah, but, well, from what Jack told me, he doesn't have a new studio lined up for us. Why? Can we get Jack on the phone? I mean, we can. I have the phone right here, but when I plug it into the input on this side of things, because of this computer only having one 3.5 millimeter jack, it reads it as a speaker and starts outputting audio through the microphone in here. That's always blown my mind. You know that I was an audio engineer before I went to prison. I worked for, well, I better not say. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, okay. Right, all I will say to the audience, and by saying this, I'll already have been saying too much, is I was a roadie for a band before I got into prison. And they were a quite popular band, at least they were during that time. I'm not going to say their name because there are some legal situations outstanding with them. But And yes, working for them is what got me onto the heroin, which I no longer do, by the way.
Yeah, we all know that, Dave. The audience knows. You stopped doing heroin in prison. Did you go to prison due to the legal stuff you had going on with the band?
No, that was separate. That was entirely separate. But let's just say I was a roadie, and I got hooked on the heroin, and I thought it might be a good idea to try to steal some of their equipment and pawn it to further, buy some more dope, further my addiction.
Well, I knew that about you, Dave, but I didn't think you wanted that out on the air.
Well, I didn't, but I just thought it was necessary to say. I mean, I know audio engineering. I've done it before, plenty. I used to set up this band, which will remain unnamed. I set up their stage equipment, I set up their amps, all their wiring. I'm quite an expert in this. I also happen to know a little thing or two about networking, so that is why you hired me, yes, was because I'm kind of the all-in-one package in setting up your studio.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nothing I couldn't do myself, but, I couldn't be bothered, and I thought, after talking to you in the bar that night, you'd be an interesting character to have on.
Oh, character, that's how you view me.
Well, no, but you get what I mean, a second on-air personality.
Right. Well, we'll leave it at that then. What I was saying is, and can we bring up the second point for the night?
I see where you're going with this.
But can I bring it up, or did you want to?
Well, yeah, I wanted to at least say that, I don't know, it's hard for me to say, because I really don't want to do this, but, Bob may no longer be, part of our show here by the next time we come on the air, whenever that is.
Yes, you may fire him, but
you don't want to fire Bob? No, I don't really.
He's he's useless, is he not? What? Why is he? Let me ask you this, because it seems that he understands the financials of this show more than I do, which is what I was talking about earlier. Why is it that blithering idiot handles our advertisers, our sponsors, sets prices for these advertisers?
No, he doesn't set the prices, I do. He just tells them the prices.
And you trust him to do that?
Well,
no, do you trust him to do that?
I don't know.
There's a reason we've only had, 2 advertisers on this show? We've only had one show with advertisements playing, and 2 or was it 3? I don't remember. But only one show where we had advertisements. Every other show it was always, oh, they never get back to me, or I lost the flash drive, or I whatever his excuses were every time. You want to know the real reason? Because I know. I have to watch over him while he's doing his job.
What's the real reason, Dave?
He's not getting advertisers. Do you understand that when you put him in charge of that, people are calling the show wanting to advertise on our show, and you know what he does? He picks it up like this.
Bob, Sixto? Plantation? Yeah, we want to advertise or something?
And, 9 times out of 10, they hang up. They don't understand what it is, who or what they're on the phone with at that point.
Really?
Yes, I've heard it. I've heard it so many times, because he doesn't even give out the studio's phone number. He gives out his personal cell phone. So they call in to his phone asking let's advertise on the show. And he picks up his phone and starts blithering into it. And they hang up. That's why we have no advertisers, because you're letting that simpleton, that moron, control that aspect of the show. Now, why did you not give that to me? I mean, I understand. I'm an alcoholic, I'm an ex-heroin addict, and a felon, but I have a British accent, and I can at least formulate a sentence properly to where talking to these advertisers, I would get you results. That fool you have that you're looking to fire now, because, I mean, let's face it, you hired him to do what? Well, Dave, no, what did you hire him to do? Oh, he's drinking again. Yeah, I'm taking a sip. So what? What did you hire him to do? Dave, when Jack first talked to me about doing the show, okay? Right, go ahead. No, I'd love to hear this. Go ahead. Shut up. When Jack first talked to me about doing this show, the first person I thought of was Bob, because I was at the bar with Bob's brother when Jack was talking to me. So Bob said, yeah, I can do security, I can produce your show, I can field phone calls, I can do whatever you want. And you actually believe him? Well, no, but I didn't think it would take off as fast as it did, man. I didn't meet you till a week later. By that time, security guard was filled, producer was filled, and producer's job is not only, I guess, screening phone calls, but also handling advertisement. Well, he's failed at security guard. That's why you hired Zach. Yes, I did hire Zach. I was talking about that a few weeks ago. Zach is here. He's sitting outside. Do you want to go get him and bring him in? No, I don't want to talk to him. He's a Negro. Yeah, Dave, come on. No, I don't know why you would hire a Negro to do that job. You could have me doing that job. Yeah, and then you'd have to be sitting outside, and who's going to be my engineer? Who's going to be sitting in that booth? Bob? Well, Exactly, Dave. You need to get over it with Zach. I know you don't like black people, but... No, I don't like... I muted your mic. Why did you... Because you know why. Because you can't say that shit on the air, man. I'm gonna say it again. I don't like... Dave, you do that again, I'm throwing your ass out. I'm gonna bring Zach in here to get rid of you. Oh, you think he could take me? Yeah, I do. You know why? Because he's got a fucking baton, he's got a taser, and he's twice your size, and he's black. Get over it. I hired a black guy to be our security guard. Quit being all racist. Oh, and you're not racist? Apparently not as racist as you if I hired a black guy. Now forget about Zach, man. Zach replaced Bob as security guard because Bob was an abject failure at it. Now Bob, the only thing he has left to do is produce the show. Which means what? Bringing you your prep sheet before every show, which he never does. Setting up the advertisements, which he fails to do, as I told you before. Because he can't keep one of them on the phone long enough because he doesn't know how to talk. Alright, so what's your solution? Because you seem all up in arms here. You want to go out there and fight my security guard and you want to get Bob out of the studio. Well, let me tell you this. I really don't want to fire Bob. I gave him the job. He loves it. And he does nothing. He sits around eating pizza. He steals your beers out of the fridge. You know what he did the other day? The only thing I've actually seen him do right around here. He fed your cat the other night when you left her here. I forgot she was here, okay? Right. Some owner you are. Look, she's fine here, man. She's got her bed. She's got toys. She's got food. There's even a litter box. And Roberto cleaned it, didn't he? Yes, Roberto did stop by and clean the litter box. But Dave... well, I'm Dave. Yeah, nice going.
What are you drinking too?
None of your business.
Uh-huh. So Bob fed the cat?
Yes, he fed the cat and put out clean water.
Well, there you go. Maybe I shouldn't get rid of him, right? Because you wouldn't have done that, huh?
I didn't even realize the cat was here until he brought it up.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, he's drinking again. He's drinking again.
Dave, you don't have to announce every time I take a sip out of my fucking beer, man.
Well, yes, I do. I want the audience to know that you drink as much as I do.
No, I don't, man. You know why? Because I drink one beer every show. You know what you drink? You drink half a fifth of fucking vodka every show, don't you?
Well, you're drinking those IPAs, and they're 10%, and
It doesn't matter, dude. That's like a quarter of what you drink.
I have a tolerance.
Okay. Pot calling the kettle black here, dude. So I'm actually giving you a little say in what happens here. A little bit of respect for you, Dave. Because, you know, I don't want to fire you, even though I've threatened to in the past. I can't get rid of you, man.
Yeah, I'm that important to the show, aren't I? I really matter. You need me.
No, I don't need you, okay? I could run this show by myself, no fucking problem. And I could keep the profits. All the money Jack gave me to pay you guys, which, by the way, is expiring next month, because Jack only agreed to pay you and Bob's salary for the first 3 months. After that, it's all coming down to advertising revenue.
What about the affiliate stations that play your show?
Yeah, me and Jack already have that talked out, all right? There's sort of a 50-50 deal going on there.
So Jack's taking half of that pay.
Yeah. He's got to get his investment back somehow, especially if we have the likes of Bob running our advertisement. We've made like, what, $1,000 in the last month? That ain't gonna cut it, dude. We need to be bringing in 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month. Like that. Like that. You see?
Well, maybe we would if you would let me handle the advertising. Bob cannot do it.
Okay, Bob can't do it. So we cut Bob from that. The only thing Bob has left to do then is what? Field phone calls and make my prep sheet?
Well, he could also, get you a beer when you need it.
I'm not paying the guy to get me a beer. When have I ever needed someone to get me a beer while I'm on mic? I got my beer. If need be, I can stand up and walk away for 10 seconds and go in the other room and go to the fridge and get it. And you can talk. We don't need... Look. I know you think you can do all of Bob's shit as well as what I have you doing, but you just can't.
You don't think I can?
No, I don't, dude. Here's the reason why. So, let's say, okay, you can make my prep sheet. You can handle all the advertisers. Sure, I'm not putting that past you. You can engineer the audio, make sure all the equipment in the studio is working right. Yes. But you can't produce the show as well as field calls. What if you're fielding a call and I need you to do something on your end with the board or put something on my computer that I need to play right away, and you're too busy talking to a fucking phone call?
You don't think I can do all of that at once?
No, I don't, dude. Maybe you can, but not well. It's not going to hold up in the long term. We need Bob to do something.
I thought you wanted to fire Bob.
I would like to keep Bob around and reduce his pay. Reduce his pay? Yes, reduce his pay. I don't want to say how much we're paying him on the air. You know how much he makes. You know how much you make. And he doesn't know how much you make. He doesn't know that you're making $10 more an hour than him.
Well, I ought to be. I'm doing most of the work around here.
In fact, I do more work than you. Yeah, you do, and that's why I'm paying you. You know what work I do? I come in here and I get on this thing right here. You see this? Yeah, that's a microphone. You know why I'm sitting in front of this thing and you're sitting in front of a microphone in a separate room? Because I'm the talent. Yeah, Jack wanted me on the air. Jack didn't meet you in a bar and offer to put, let's say it, 300 grand into building up a show. No, he offered it to me, Dave. Well, there you have it. There you have it, folks. See, Sixto thinks he's better than me. Because he think... No, I don't think I'm better than you. I think that you have your strengths as an audio engineer, and you know what? Now, yes, let's say it. Officially, you're handling advertisements. Bob... I still think we should fire Bob, and I should take his pay. No, we're not fire... You were saying earlier you were considering firing him. It might be his last show. Okay, but I thought about it, man. I don't want to get rid of Bob, okay? You don't want to get rid of Bob. No, I don't. I don't. Dave, come on, we need Bob in here. We may not have told him we're going live tonight, and I'm surprised. I mean, he listens to our show. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, he's... Did you tell Zach? Yes, I told Zach that if Bob shows up, not to let him in the studio. So he could be out there right now. Well... Yeah, I don't have any missed calls from him, so I guess he's not out there. Well, you don't know that. Maybe he showed up and Zach just kind of, you know, knocked him unconscious. Well, maybe, but I'm pretty sure I got the radio right here. Zach would have let me know. Why don't you call him right now? I don't want to call him right now. What? You know what, Dave? Go out there and get Zach. Why me? Because I gotta stay on the air. I would like to bring him in and introduce him formally to the audience. Why do that? He's a security guard. He's not going to be on the air. He will be on the air, man. Are you kidding? Bob was a security guard, and he was on the air every show. Yes, but Bob was also the producer. Zach is the security guard. He sits in the security booth at the front of the building. It's not at the front of the building. It's outside our door. You know what? I'll get him. Hey, Zach? Come on in, man. Yeah, come on in. All right, here he is. Zach, take a seat, man. Yeah, where do I go? Right here. Yeah, there's a roach on the floor over there. Yeah, I see it. Don't worry about it, man. We'll take care of that. Here, pull up a mic. You got another mic? Yeah, I got a mic right here. Oh, that don't look like a mic to me, man. Here, just take it. Yeah, hi. My name's Zach. I'm the security guard. And, I guess, Sixto wanted to, bring me in here for some reason. Well, I thought I'd introduce you to the audience, because I'm sure you'll be in here plenty. I wanted to ask you, what's your take on, Bob? By the way, Bob didn't show up at the studio at all, did he? No, I haven't seen him tonight. What's he looking at me like that for, man? Dave, he's, you know, he's racist. He doesn't like you because... What, he don't like me because I'm black? Yeah, God, man, Dave, I didn't do nothing to you, man. Just because I'm black. It's not just because you're black, Zach. It's... Well, what? You don't know me. You only talked to me like twice since I've been here, and that was just me letting you in the building. You don't... You think, what, I won't kick your ass? I'll kick your ass, man.
Oh, I'd like to see you try.
All right, enough, both of you. That's not why I brought you in here.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna take any shit. You know, I already knew. You told me when you hired me, that you and Bob, like, you guys get a little racist sometimes. I don't mind that. I don't take offense to that. But him, the way he's looking at me. Sixto, did he say the word?
Well, Dave, did you say it?
Yes, I did say it. I called you a nig.
Hey, man, I'll kick your ass. All right, enough. Zach, get back, man. I'm gonna kick his ass, man. You can't even get in there. I got the door locked. You see this? I got a electronic lock. I don't care, man. I'll go through that glass. I'll go through that window. He says that word again. Oh, but I can say it? You could say it. Sixto, you can say that word. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and call me it. Zach, you're a See, I don't care when you say it. For one, I know you're not saying it out of hate. For two, you pay my check. My check clears because of you. You want to say that word in front of me, that's fine. I know you're doing it for shock value. I know you're kind of a shock jock on the radio. Whatever you're doing, that's fine. But when he says it, when that guy in there says it, I know he's not fucking around. I know he means it.
So, am I going to be able to leave the studio tonight, or am I going to end up, clobbered over the back of the head with something?
Well, you keep that up, man. You'll find out.
All right, both of you calm down.
I didn't bring Zach in here to inflame a fucking race war, okay? Dave, look, you're racist. Fine, I'm racist. Everybody's racist. But tone it the fuck down. This is one of your coworkers. He is on the same payroll as you. And I will fire you if you keep inflaming shit with him. And same goes for you, Zach. If you inflame anything with him, your ass is gone. I'm not doing nothing, man. I'm doing my fucking job. I sit out there and...
Oh, you're gonna let him say fuck on the air and I can't...
Yes, yeah, you know what? Because he's pissed. You're bringing all this racial shit towards him. You got to expect that.
Am I not wrong?
It doesn't matter what you are. You know, say the N-word all you want. Say it to a black guy's face, you should expect to get punched. That doesn't mean it's right for them to instill violence on you over a word, but you should still expect it. You should know better, Dave, especially when you're fucking with the flow of the show and I have two of my employees fighting over something. When you're the one starting it, Dave, who cares if he's black? He's not that bad of a guy. You should get to know him over the next few months. Yeah, man, I hang out with Bob sometimes.
Oh, that's not doing you any favors, is it?
I hang out with him because I feel bad for him, all right? He doesn't have a lot of friends.
Does he have a girlfriend? I would like to know.
Oh, like I'm going to tell you?
Oh, look.
All right. Tell me then, Zach, because I've actually been curious about this. He's told me he has a girlfriend. He said a few different names. He said Amelia. He said Erica. He said Isabella. I mean, does he actually have a girlfriend? I've never seen him, man. I mean, he said he said it. She still lives with her parents because they just got out of high school. Yeah, but Bob has his own house. His family gave it to him. Why doesn't she move in with him? Well, I've been to his house. I mean, you've been there too, right? Yeah, I've been there. You think any girl would want to go move in there?
No.
Yeah, man, the guy's got, like, cases of beer lying around, empty beer bottles, pizza boxes, there's roaches, there's, like, motorcycle parts all over the living room, and he's got a skeleton frame of some bike sitting in it. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was a girl, I wouldn't go there. Really? Because if I was a girl, that would sound like my kind of place.
Oh man, what kind of girl would you be?
Wouldn't you like to know, Zach?
No, I wouldn't. No, I would not. No, I would not. Maybe Dave would. I mean, I get one look at him. I think, he's seen one up close.
Oh, I've seen. I'm about to see yours up close in a minute.
Yeah, no, I don't think you are, man. What the hell kind of? Who do you hire here anyway? What? I thought you didn't like well, I don't want to say the word.
Thank you. See, Dave, Zach didn't say the word.
What? He wanted to say.
Yeah, and I have to keep muting your mic. I have to sit here with my finger on the fucking mute button for your mic.
What, isn't that what he was going to say?
Yeah! But he didn't say it out of respect for the show and getting me kicked off the air, dude. Something you lack.
Oh, dude, is it now? You understand that I was...
Alright, folks, I just muted his mic for good now. Dave's starting to get on my last nerve. And, I might just leave him locked in that booth overnight. And, he already threatened earlier to, damage the equipment if I did that. Well, go ahead. That's not me you're dealing with, buddy. That's Jack. And Jack's got lawyers that will... What, your 5-year prison sentence? You'll be back in for 30. You fuck around with Jack.
Yeah, man. I've met Jack a few times. He's actually one of my dad's brother's friends or something. I don't know. But I've met him through the family a few times, and he doesn't fuck around, man.
No, he does not. He does not. But Dave, all he does is fuck around. So, anyway, Zach, thanks for coming in, man. I'm about to close out the show. I wanted to introduce you to the audience, and I guess now they got a taste for who you are, and the fact that you and Dave are gonna be, sucking each other's cocks the whole time.
Hey, I ain't doing none of that, man. What the?
I'm just kidding around, all right? Zach, good to have you.
All right, man. I'll be out there. I'll keep watch.
All right, we're closing up, so, you can start getting all your shit together and meet you out in the parking lot.
All right, man.
All right, Dave, can I unmute your mic? I can't hear you. That's soundproof glass, dude. I cannot hear you.
I told you multiple times that I you cannot do that to me, okay?
Why can't I do that to you?
Because you mute my mic, and suddenly I am the plaything of the audience. They're just thinking, oh, what is he doing in there? Is he punching the glass? Is he masturbating furiously? Is he shoving one of the microphones in there up his arse? I don't want to be at the mercy of the audience.
Yeah, no one's thinking that but you, Dave. Maybe I should fire you instead of Bob, because you're looking more and more unhinged, whereas Bob is just a retard.
Oh, well, is that really how you feel?
A little bit, the way you're acting right now. You're kind of making a real ass of yourself.
And that's what you say as you sip your beer.
Yeah, it is. And, I think we covered both of our points, so shouldn't we call this show out?
We can, but are you going to unlock the door?
I don't know. I don't know. Give me a reason to, Dave.
How about there's $30-something thousand of equipment in here.
That's not even close to the actual number, by the way.
Well, there's equipment in here that I can do some serious damage to with just my fists. I have lethal weapons attached to the end of my arms.
Oh, really? Well, we covered that earlier, man. Go ahead, break everything in there. Jack's gonna buy me more, and your ass is going to jail.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's not my equipment. Jack bought that for us, man. Everything in here is not mine. It's Jack's. You want to fuck with Jack? Go ahead. He's got more money than you ever have in your life. And he's a ruthless son of a bitch. Trust me. So, again, give me one reason. Here's a reason. You're going to walk out of the studio tonight, and you're going to walk past Zach. I'm going to walk Dave, you're on thin ice, buddy. I'm sorry, but you're going to walk past Zach, and you're not going to call him the N-word, and you're not going to do anything of the sort. All right? You're going to walk past him. You're going to say, "Have a good night, kind sir." In fact, I'm gonna get Zach on the radio here. Hold on. Hey Zach, so when Dave walks out, he's gonna say to you, "Have a good night, kind sir," and if he doesn't, you need to let me know, and it's his ass. Yeah. Well, you heard it.
So I have to say that to him, or I'm fired.
I didn't say you're fired, but I might take half your pay and give it to Bob for the next couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
You don't think I'll quit? No, I don't. I don't, Dave, because no one else is going to hire you. You're an alcoholic, ex-heroin addict, felon, and it shows. Yeah, I got you there, huh?
Well, yes, you did.
All right, so you're going to leave the studio. As soon as I get off the air here, you're going to leave the studio. After we close everything up. And so what are we doing with Bob? We'll talk about that later, all right? Chances are, like we discussed earlier, you're going to be taking the advertising position. You're going to be the PR of the show, so to speak. And Bob will just be producer.
And am I getting part of his pay?
We'll discuss that later.
All right, calm down.
You're pissing me off, man. So when we're done, you're going to walk out there and you're going to give Zach a fine how do you do. And not in that way.
Well, fine how do you do sounds like, something off the end of a billy club.
No. Just a fine how do you do. Have a good night, kind sir. And don't mutter the N-word under your breath as you walk away. I don't care if you're racist. We're all racist, but you're going to show some respect to Zach because he's a good man, okay? Okay?
All right, fine. If you insist.
And, you're the one who hates queers. I don't hate queers. I just don't particularly like them.
I have no problem with queers. I draw the line there. I hate, Nick.
I muted your mic again. Say it the right way.
Okay, I hate blacks. I hate Jews. I hate
Try again.
I hate blacks. I hate Jews. I hate Hispanics.
Good.
I hate Indians and Arabs. I hate Australians. But I don't hate gays. Whereas Sixto here, he doesn't draw the line at gays. He hates all of those, plus...
I never said that. I've had a lot of bad experiences with homosexual people in my life. So I tend to, keep them at arm's length. I'm not saying, my neighbor's gay and he pisses me off plenty, but I know he's kind of a good dude. I don't hate him for it.
Well, what about the Jews?
Enough about the Jews.
Well, what about Hispanics?
I don't hate I was dating a Mexican not too long ago. Man, all right, enough. Dave is trying to, get me kicked off the air here, but we're not going to have any of it. Sixto's Plantation, from heretofore known as The Plantation. We're taking my name out of it, as per Jack. E-ah-ooh-ee-ooh-ah?
God, you sound like a monkey.
Yeah, I'm...
What, you ran out of things to say?
No, you threw me off with that. Yeah, I kind of did sound like a monkey. We'll probably be off the air for a little while we conduct our move to the next studio. I might be able to bust a show in and out here really quick. Hopefully getting the phones working, because that's when things will get very interesting. But until then, I bid you adieu. World famous Plantation. I'm Sixto, your host, and here is my audio engineer.
I'm Dave, and we will see you on another day.